Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Seeing some nice and seasonable conditions out there this morning, with the exception of some slightly breezy conditions. Expecting a similar day as to what we saw yesterday, with some slightly breezy winds and a mix of partly to mostly cloudy conditions. But we won't see those winds as strong today, so not expecting a wind advisory as we move through our day today. But looking at the current surface analysis, we can see still have a tight pressure gradient along and just off the coast, with that area of low pressure still moving off to the east, well off the coast, but seeing an area of high pressure building in over the area, and that's going to keep things quiet as we move through the end of the work week, and won't see any unsettled weather moving into the area until we get later in the weekend and into next week. If we look at the upper level winds from this morning's sounding, we have some northeasterly winds near the surface becoming more northerly to north-northwesterly as we go up through the mid and upper levels here, seeing our peak wind of 55 knots at 25,000 feet, and the freezing level this morning was at 200 feet above the surface. If we look at our current visible satellite, we could see mainly clear skies across the region this morning, seeing some high clouds off to the northwest, but the main cloud layer just off and along the coast is that low cloud layer, similar to what we saw yesterday. As we see those winds pick up and shift more northeasterly, we'll likely see this cloud layer moving inland, so we'll see some mostly cloudy times, again similar to what we saw yesterday, but we'll see those clouds clearing out as we get later in the day today. If we look at the European model here, zoomed out and looking at the longer term forecast as things look quiet over the next couple of days. As you can see here, high pressure in control, things remaining dry, light winds and quiet. As we go into Saturday, we'll see a slight breeze pick up out of the south-southwest. That's going to help warm things up even more as we end the work week, but an upper level weak wave starts to move into the region, but we'll see that dissipate before it makes it here, so not expecting any rain chances on Friday. And then as we go into the day on Saturday, starting early morning, we can see some indication, maybe a few showers around for the early morning time frame. Nothing significant, fairly light, and maybe a chance of a shower or two moving through the area as we move through the day, but not looking very likely. Models indicating anything that does happen to move through the area will be fairly light and not very impactful. Better chance of rain will come as we get late Saturday night and into the early morning hours of Sunday. That's when we have better agreement with the models of as this boundary pushes through, seeing some showers lifting through the area. And those should wrap up as we get into the later morning and early part of the afternoon on Sunday, with things drying out. But that boundary stalls just over or just south of the area, and then we see models indicating a wave of low pressure developing along that stall boundary and lifting up and moving into the mid-Atlantic as we go through the day on Monday. Right now, looks like the best rain chances moving into the area as we get into the PM time frame on Monday. As you can see here, as the area of low pressure moves closer, we'll also see some breezy conditions as well, and particularly as we go overnight Monday night and into Tuesday. As you can see, it really starts to deepen a bit, so that's when we'll see our strongest winds and strongest rain showers as well, at least the way things are looking at this time. And then we'll see those continue as we go into Tuesday morning, and things start to wrap up as that area of low pressure exits off to the northeast and pulls the rain out of here. But we'll see some breezy conditions continuing, as well as some cooler air moving into the area with some more seasonable to possibly below seasonable temperatures as we go through the work week next week. But if we look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, expecting green conditions as we move through our work day today. We'll see those slightly breezy winds out of the north-northeast, 8 to 13 knots, gusting up to 20 knots, but again, it's staying below that wind advisory criteria. Seeing those temperatures getting up to the seasonable high around 45 degrees this afternoon, and again, we'll likely see that cloud layer moving into the area, seeing a ceiling develop around 3,000 feet as we go later in the morning and into the first part of the afternoon. But we'll see that start to break up as we get later in the afternoon and particularly into the evening time frame. So we'll see those winds start to lighten up as well, seeing them out of the north-northeast, 3 to 8 knots, eventually becoming light and variable as we get to the early morning hours on Thursday. And we'll see mainly just a few high clouds around through the nighttime hours tonight. That's going to allow those temperatures to cool down to around 30 degrees for Thursday morning. And we could see some patchy fog or mist developing in the area for the morning hours on Thursday with those light winds, so keeping that yellow risk for maybe seeing some reduced ceilings and visibilities through that time frame. Otherwise, tides are running and continue to run 1.5 to 2 feet above normal. And if we look at the extended forecast here again, tomorrow will be a nice day. We'll see light winds, partly cloudy conditions, a high around 55 degrees, and we continue on a warming trend as we get into the end of the week and into the weekend. We'll see temperatures generally in the highs will be in the mid to upper 50s, lows in the mid 40s. We will see our peak warmth on Saturday, so as we go through the day on Saturday, we'll see a slight chance of rain, just about a 20% chance of rain, and some slightly breezy conditions with that warm day with a high around 60 degrees. Getting into our Sunday, we pick up that better chance of rain during the morning hours, looking at about a 50% chance of seeing that at this time, and still a fairly mild day with a high around 56 degrees. And then a better chance of some unsettled weather moving into the area for Monday and Tuesday. As you can see here, given that a 60% chance, so a good chance to see some rain showers during the day on Monday, and as well as some breezy conditions that continues into Tuesday morning. And we'll see a gradual decrease in those temperatures as well, seeing a high of 52 on Monday, and more seasonable temperatures moving in on Tuesday, a high around 49 degrees, and that trend looking to continue as we get later in the week. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.